future. Welcome to Issues and Answers with me, Jacques Hinkson, Compton. Today we will be discussing the Farm Labor Support Program under the NICE project. Now with me today is Ms. Kishma Louis, a supervisor in the Farm Labor Support Program, Mr. Stephen Best, a farmer in Region 3, and Ms. Berthaline Prosper, a farm worker also from Region 3, Dennery. Welcome to Issues and Answers.
Thank you, Mr. Compton.
Let's get the ball rolling. So, Ms. Louis, tell me, what is the Farm Labor Support Program?
The Farm Labor Support Program is a program that was put together by NICE with the help of NSDC and the Ministry of Agriculture. It's a program that provides farmers with free labor.
Free labor. So when was the initiative launched?
Training started in February of the supervisors, but the program was launched in March of that same year. Workers got on farms on the 19th of April,
and how long
2014.
How long will the entire program last?
When it was initially launched, it was stated for 3 years, but we're trying to get it extended.
Okay. And could you tell me what I understand that the objective of the program, I suppose, is to stimulate the agricultural sector. Is there anything else that you can tell us about your main objectives under this initiative?
It also helps to curb unemployment and food security.
And Mr. Prosper, tell us what is, Miss Prosper, what is your role as a farm labor support?
All right, my role is to give assistance to the farmer on a daily basis. And these roles, they will include germinating seeds, planting, watering, weeding, harvesting, and sometimes packaging.
And Mr. Best, could you tell us a little bit about how you got involved in the program?
Well, I heard of the program because I'm in Region 3 and there is a chapter of the program in there, and from farmers who are actually benefiting from it. So I went to some of those farms, sort of carried out my own assessment as to what was going on, and I felt it would be necessary to get involved. And as a result, I dialogued with Ms. Louis and asked whether I would qualify, whether I would meet the criteria to be part of the program. And there you are, the rest is history.
Now, Ms. Louis, as you mentioned before, one of the objectives of the program is to curb unemployment. So Ms. Prosper, can you tell us about your journey before you undertook this program?
Well, I left school in '97, and then I stayed home for a long while. Then I did a bit of tourism, but every time the season closes, like you have to stay home for 6 months plus. And one day a friend told me, last year a friend told me about the program. I went to NICE office, I registered. I got a call a few days after. Then I was enrolled in the program, and since then I'm still on board.
And how do you feel about the program so far?
Oh, I'm so happy, I'm proud.
Can you tell us how it has generally impacted your life?
Oh, this program has done so much to me, not only financially, but I've been able to get help from the farmers that I'm even starting my farm.
Okay, Mr. Best, have you had difficulty in the past hiring labor? Because this program is obviously supposed to supply farm labor to you, the farmer. What were your challenges in the past?
Yeah, there is a labor issue in the agriculture sector, having to do with the attitude of people, the mentality, and so on. And workers would come to work, leave very early. You, the farmer, you have very little control in terms of managing your labor and getting the desired output. So I scaled back production. I had to take this decision, really, because you could not continue losing, subsidizing the operations. But my farming activity entails both bananas and vegetable production, both vegetable production either in the field or hydroponic. So when I approached the program, the NICE program, and asked for the assistance, and labor was provided. This helped in reactivating my farm. So now I'm fully involved in banana production as well as vegetable production. So you can see the extent to which the program has impacted my farm.
Did you have staff on your farm beforehand?
Yes, I had scaled down on my labor force drastically, and was focusing more on bananas and small-scale vegetable production. But now I'm reactivated and have the full complement. So I have my own workers that I pay directly as well, and this is supplemented by the workers from the program.
Now you mentioned an attitude towards farming. Do you believe there's a negative attitude among St. Lucians or perhaps even the youth towards agriculture?
I am not too sure if it is just a negative attitude towards agriculture per se. I think it might be more intense or more acute in the agriculture sector. But the workforce is not properly trained. And the farmer does not get out of the worker a full day's work. The output is, minimal. And that has to do more with the work ethics and attitude towards, they want the money, they want to be paid, but then you must generate the revenue in order to pay workers. We say a day's work is 8 hours, but I don't know of any farmer to really get 8 hours from hired labor. If you get them past 11 o'clock, that's good. So you cannot continue in a situation like this. It makes it very difficult. Now, maybe in the construction sector, it might be a little different, but yet this same disposition is there. But with the NICE program, there's this training component where the worker is sent to your farm. You carry out a certain amount of training if they are not familiar with your operations. So as you empower them with the skills, and they change the disposition and the attitude, so they see themselves as being part and parcel of the entire operation. And this is what I like about the program. The workers come in there not just to earn something for the day, but you enhance their skills, and it redounds to the benefit of the farmer because it enhances productivity and increases the output of your farm.
Well, speaking of work ethic, do you think there's anything that can be done to, well, at least from your perspective, improve the work ethic of new farmers or farm workers?
Yes, of course. That is truly a necessary thing. But how do we approach it? I think it has to do more with a generational thing. It is not the immediate, or whatever you do immediately will be short term, but you've got to build this up all the way from school. That they understand what it is like to be part of a system that requires their contribution, their intervention, so that the whole machinery works. And it is not a matter of just reporting at a place, but you've got to contribute in a meaningful way towards it. So we need to build this way back. But as of now, we are confronted with the situation. So we, the farmers, now need to embrace our workers, get them involved in the activities.
Okay, sorry to cut you off, but we'll get back to that in a second. We're due for a break right now. You're watching Issues and Answers. We'll be right back after this.
I'm so fed up with my 13-year-old child. She's driving me crazy. I just don't know what to do.
All that child need is some good licks to wake up.
Alice, ignore the counseling Pansy is giving. Government employees have free access to professional counseling services under the Employee Assistance Program known as EAP.
EAP? EAP? What's that? Not me that telling people my business.
Listen to me, Alice. I was struggling with my child. I made an appointment to see an EAP counselor, and I was very satisfied with the service that I received. And you know what? Up to a day like today, My information remains confidential.
Cox, how come nobody in the office knew anything about your counseling?
That's because EAP counselors, they work under strict clauses of confidentiality. I know you know what confidential means.
EAP providing professional counseling services? How much is it?
Girl, the counseling is free. Free for you, free for your child. And you know what? Your information remains confidential. Call the EAP unit at the Ministry of the Public Service. Telephone number 468-2269 for more information.
EAP works. Let it work for you.
Welcome back to Issues and Answers. We're here discussing the Farm Labor Support Program under the NICE project. Back to you, Mr. Best. We were talking about improving the work ethic of the youth in the agricultural sector.
Yes, and I was saying that we the farmers, it is not just a matter of belching out orders and so on. Get the workers involved. Make them realize they are part and parcel of it. We are going to do this, and we are involved in this. Oh, we didn't have a good harvest. We had a very good harvest. So as a result of your activities, your contribution, we are where we are today. And as you set these little milestones and so on, some may grasp onto it, some may not be involved entirely. But it really is a monumental task for farmers to help workers change the mindset so you can really get the desired output out of your investment, out of your farm.
Well, what about you, Ms. Louis? What do you think under the NICE project can be done to improve on work ethics?
I think lots have been done currently. All programs that are initiated for NICE go through PET, productivity enhancement training, where we teach ethics, work ethics, personal ethics, conflict resolution, communication, soft skills that everybody needs in their everyday activities with one another. In terms of our farmers, though, that aspect isn't done, so we could probably integrate that with farmers also.
And could you speak about a few of the challenges that you faced under this project?
But I think it goes right back to what we were just discussing. Every issue we've ever had in the program stems to two main topics: poor communication and poor conflict resolution. But we have taken steps in training to assist with our farmers and our workers in these aspects.
So, and as you mentioned, training a little earlier. Could you talk about the training sessions under this project?
Well,
what does it involve?
Personally, I was trained in PET and supervisory training. All of the supervisors already have associate's degrees from St. Louis, General Agriculture, and the workers themselves went for a 3-month training. I guess Buffing could give you some more information on that. But whilst in the program, as supervisors, we try our best to teach our workers new skills. So recently, we had a tree crop propagation training. We're going to have a compost training. We've had pesticides use and safety trainings, record keeping, and gap trainings. So we're constantly trying to refresh our workers with new information because we only want to provide our farmers with skilled workers as much as possible, and we're hoping to get our workers involved in getting their own farms.
So Ms. Prosper, on to you now as we're talking about training. Tell us about your experiences under the NICE project and the training that you received.
Well, actually, before the program, we had a 2 weeks PET training, that is productivity enhancement. And then we had a 3 months in-class training where we did livestock production, crop production. We did a bit of tree crop propagation. And then hopefully in the future, we're going to do some composting.
Now, I understand you also do, you have a concentration on food security training as well. Is there anything you can tell us about that?
Well, food security is generalized that a country is able to provide to grow enough food to feed its entire population for an extended period of time. So it's one of the major aims of the program. So when you enable them with crop production, livestock production, tree crop rehabilitation, and they also did agribusiness. It helps them see the need and provide them with the information necessary to start production themselves.
And you have entrepreneurial classes as well. Could you speak a little bit on that?
Every region got trained in agribusiness, but there was a specific region in Roseau. They were supposed to be in charge of, they're part of the model farm project, sorry, the pilot project model farm. They got more training on agribusiness in that sense, because what will happen is they won't be workers, but they would own their own farms.
How important do you think it is to encourage farmers to own their own farms, and how important do you think business is, or to teach business to young farmers?
I think it's vital. Many people, I think the issue with agriculture in St. Lucia is many people don't view agriculture as a business. They see it as an old man's job, dirty man's job. Who wants to be cleaning pigs? Who wants to be in the soil? Who wants to be in the sun all the time? They don't see the vast income that comes from agriculture, and the fact that food is constantly in demand. So that's something, demand and supply. Is there ever not going to be a need for a farmer?
Exactly.
Never.
But do you think there's a way you can change that perception that people have of what farming is?
I believe it needs to start from home, because even in the, from the banana industry, when bananas were green gold, people saw the value of it, but now our aim in the country is tourism and the tourism dollar. We don't see the value of producing food to feed these people, to reduce our own import bills, so the foreign income stays into the country.
And Mr. Best, as a farmer yourself, how important do you believe the entrepreneurial training and the food security training is?
Yeah, of course it is. It's very important. Persons looking at agriculture as investment, it's a business, and there's a you can really generate revenue to sustain your livelihoods and that of your family. But it is not only on the individual basis. As a nation, we need to revisit our focus in agriculture. You know, from the schools, you know, the school gardening project. We shouldn't put in the minds of the youth that agriculture is just a back-breaking exercise. Then that would not encourage them or have them to gravitate towards agriculture. It's a science. You know, for example, we talk about hydroponics. How many of our young farmers know about hydroponics and what is involved in there, the blending of your own nutrients and understanding how the plants relate to this, and at the end of it, it produces whatever it is, be it lettuce, be it tomatoes, as the case may be. So we need to revisit the manner in which we package agriculture and present it to the youth. We have an aging farming population, and you look at your back, you do not see where the next generation of farmers are coming from. So if we come to that realization, then we will move post-haste in getting the young ones involved. As people move away from bananas, the lands remain empty. And we speak a lot about diversification, but the lands remain vacant. So it tells us something is missing to get others to replace the aging farming populace. Now, the NICE program with the training component, helping the workers, arming them, as Ms. Luis said, with soft skills. They come in there. As they develop an appreciation for what is happening on the farmer's holding, and they can see the impact of their labor on the farmer's activity, it generates in them a desire, at least some of them, a desire to go into their own farming activities.
Just hold that thought. We're due for our second break. You're watching Issues and Answers. We'll be right back with our final segment after this.
Need to get a new passport or other important civil status document and don't know how? Want to check on a payment from government? How about when to pick up your completed driver's license? Looking for information about a government service? Don't get frustrated searching for the right number. Just dial 311, a unique, easy to remember number for non-emergency requests. Our friendly agents are on 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday to help point you in the right direction in both English and Creole. 311 is just one of the ways to access government services. One call, total access, dial 311.
Welcome back to Issues and Answers. We're talking about the Farm Labor Support Program under the NICE project. Yes, so back to you, Mr. Best. You were talking about the importance of entrepreneurial training and training in food security.
Yes, it's very important that we train the youth. For example, I know in the Ministry of Agriculture, there is a youth entrepreneurial project. I am not too sure if it's been implemented, but I've heard the term and the acronym YAEP or something so being branded about, or YEP or something of this nature being branded about. And I think it is necessary that we get into the implementation of programs of this nature. So the younger populace see agriculture as a business. As a business, not only in terms, well, of course, to generate the revenue for themselves, the income, but the spillover, the availability of food. And if you're able to feed yourself, then you're reducing your import bill. It leaves you with more disposable income to involve for local development. So, you know, it's a complete thing. And we should not ignore what is happening in terms of the amount of lands that are vacant. And we should move as quickly as possible to get those lands occupied, get it into production, because it could continue to make a valuable contribution to the economy. Agriculture plays a vital role in the economy of any country. And particularly small island states like ours, we do not have any kind of natural resource like minerals or whatever the case may be. It's just 2 acres of land we've got and our people. So give the people the necessary training, the right mental disposition, the whole question of marketing, put the infrastructure in place for agriculture. And this will create the kind of environment to cause young ones to, well, as you said, as has been said, the enabling environment to cause persons, or younger persons to go into agriculture production.
Now, Ms. Louis, let's talk about a little more technical aspect of the program. How does a farmer, how is one eligible, or how does one farmer become eligible to be a part of this program?
The farmer must meet 5 basic requirements. He must have potable water, easy access on his farm, toilet facility, changing room, and a first aid kit on his farm. Another aspect he must cover is he must have an abandoned farm or underproducing farm. An underproducing farm is a farm that doesn't produce as much as it should, meaning the farmer has 5 acres of land, but he only utilizes 1 acre of land.
So, okay, and how would you, does the farmer supplement wages, or are they paid solely by NICE? NICE pays everything.
Everything.
Every single thing, that's good. And now this is a question for both Mr. Best and Ms. Prosper. I want you to talk about the working conditions on the farm. We'll start with you, Ms. Prosper.
Well, the work condition, it varies from farms to farms, because sometimes you look on a farm, there's fresh running water. Another farm, the farmer has his water stored in barrels. Then on another farm, you have flushing toilets, whereas on another one, you get to use spit toilet. But the best thing about it is that some farmers, at lunchtime, we get to have a hot meal for our lunch.
Provided by the farmer?
By the farmer, yeah.
Is that the Mr. Best, that's the experience that you provide on your farm?
I think Ms. Prosper is saying to me, I've got to provide a hot meal. I think the amenities is important, yes. You dignify persons by providing the basic amenities. But I think farmers get so entrenched and involved in the farming activities that sometimes they don't even eat.
They don't think about these things.
They don't know. I mean, you might be munching on a ripe banana there or an orange or something so on. You keep going. But yeah, the workers do have their breaks. And the workers who come by me, I encourage them to bring their meals.
Okay.
I think I look forward to them sharing with me.
Because the workers work for 8 hours.
Okay.
But they're entitled to 2 15-minute break and then an hour lunch.
Oh, 2 15-minute break and an hour lunch. Okay.
Yes.
And could you talk about the regions of St. Lucia that the farm labor supporters provide their services? Which regions?
We service the entire island except for Region 8. Region 8 would cover the Bel Air, Sarat, Calisac, Bexar, and Deglo area. That's the only areas we don't
Why
service.
do you not service those areas?
It's because of a restraint in financial income to hire more labor, get more supervisors, train these individuals, and then put them on farms.
Do you plan in the future to try to service these areas?
I hope so. I'm not the coordinator of the program, but I hope we will eventually.
In terms of numbers, do you know how many farms that benefit under this NICE project?
120, approximately 120 farms have benefited from our service.
And how many farm labor support workers are employed under the project?
Currently we have 170, but initially it was 150.
150?
Yes.
And they're all currently still working under
Well, right now, some of them have come and gone, but right now we have 170.
Okay, let us talk a little bit about how this program has benefited you personally.
Well, when people have benefits, they normally think of financial benefits. But it has not only been financially for me, but I've gained a lot of knowledge, and I've gained a lot from the farmers also. Because if we plant in today and there is an extra set of plants, then some of the farmers, I will get them to go home, then I'll start planting them too. And then I've even started my own farm.
Now, when you say, you've already started
my own farm, with the help of the farmers.
I was actually asking if you had planned in the future to start your own farm.
No, I've started already with the help of Mr. Best and some other farmers.
So how is that going, the new venture that you have taken?
Well, I'm getting some trials at times, but they always encourage me, or they'll always call and tell me today is a good day for planting, or if I have fertilizer, they'll call me for some fertilizer and stuff. You know.
What do you plant on your farm?
Cucumbers, I have plantains, and some other crops.
Could you tell us about the success of the program so far, other than the various number of farm labor supporters that are distributed all over the island and number of farms? Or can you tell us about the overall success of the program?
Overall, the program has been extremely successful. Farmers are praying that we continue it and that they remain on the farm. Last year when we did the evaluation, we did meet our 5% increase. And this year when we do the year-round evaluation in March, I'm sure we met it also. So we've been very successful, not just in providing income, but providing labor, giving income, but also in the social aspect.
And I understand you had a graduation recently. Could you speak a little bit about the ceremony? How were you very proud to complete that entire part of your life?
When I heard about graduation, I was excited. But actually on graduation day, I was so proud to hold my crop production certificate in my hands, because I knew I would be moving on from there. Going on, yeah. Very
good. And finally, Miss Louie, can you quickly tell people where they can get more information on the Farm Labor Support Program?
Anybody can walk into the NICE office located in the Blue Coral Mall in Castries, 5th floor, to get some more information, or they can go on the NICE website, nicejobs.govt.lc, for more information.
Well, thank you, the three of you, for joining me today on Issues and Answers. I really appreciate having this discussion. I learned a lot today, I have to say. And I wish you the best of success under the Farm Labor Support Program in the future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Issues and Answers. I am your host, Jacques Hinkson Compton. Thank you for watching. And stay tuned to the National Television Network.